All right. Let me know you can see my screen.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we are talking about the essential things that you should know as a homeowner. If you are planning to become a homeowner, these are amazing tips, and I definitely welcome you here. It's great to see so few of you that I do recognize and seen before. So welcome back. My name is Olga St. Pierre. I am our community leader, as well as a full-time real estate agent with a team with Keller Williams Real Estate. Just want to introduce myself a little bit as we get started. Our job and mission is helping clients move anywhere in the United States and Canada, and we love what we do for full time. Our team has been helping our clients for the last 14 years, and our mission is to help anyone with the plan and the passion to become homeowner. And as you transition from one life stage to another, we stay right there alongside with you and help you navigate and make sure that you maintain your home as it is your biggest investment. We do provide you a complete move solution from start to finish. We help you coordinate everything, because making a move, whether you're moving from an apartment to a home or from home to home or downsizing or upsizing, it's always extremely stressful. And our job is to make it as smooth as possible for you. And we do have a concierge service. If you're not making a move, think of us as your yellow pages from start to finish. If you're looking for contractors, if you're looking for some professionals, perhaps now you're looking to get your income taxes done and filed. If you need any recommendations for attorneys, for accountants, for contractors, for packers, movers, you name it, we probably have it. So please reach out to us. It is absolutely free of charge to you. And we are always happy to hear from you and glad to be of assistance. So let's jump right in and talk about some of the most important things that you should be aware of as a homeowner. And what I can tell you is that I actually have some letters that are going out to our clients to remind them, especially about your insurance. It's extremely important for you to review your insurance policy every year. And I can honestly tell you it is not fun. So don't think that this is going to be fireworks and super exciting. It is not. Because the insurance company use weird and strange language. You know, they call a house a dwelling, right? And a lot of the times when I speak with my insurance broker, I ask them to clarify and explain things to me. And you definitely want to understand what your policy is about. Another important note that I want to bring up to you, especially now, after what we had in many markets, after the last 2 years, a lot of your home equity and values has increased dramatically. In some markets, we've seen an increase of 15, 20, 25%, which means you need to make sure that your home is insured and it is a proper value that is listed on your policy. You want to make sure that you're not underinsured in case something happens. So if you have any questions about what your home value is right now, what your home is currently worth, what your equity is, please let me know. I'm more than happy to prepare that report for you, so then you can then discuss this with your insurance broker or your insurance carrier. And what you want to double check and make sure when you're looking at your policies, review all the details, make sure that the garage is on there, that the square footage is correct. If you have pool, trampoline, if you have special breed of dogs, your heating type, number of bathrooms, all of that is extremely important to make sure that your insurance carrier has the correct information. There are also a number of endorsements that are provided to you. A lot of people don't understand them and they don't feel comfortable yet. It's important to understand and important to know if this is something that makes sense to you. Like, for example, in our area, we have quite a few homes that sit on a concrete slab. And a lot of the water pipes and sewer lines are running under the concrete slab, which means that if you, for example, God forbid, have an issue with your piping, that means that the contractor has to come into your house and they have to literally drill the concrete to get to those pipes. You're talking about lots of mess and lots of work and expensive repairs. Is that going to be covered? And what exactly is going to be covered for those repairs is what you need to know. So talk about with your broker about guaranteed replacement cost. Definitely have high value items covered. They're going to be added to your policy. A lot of the times, we're talking about firearms, musical instruments, engagement rings. Water backup coverage is extremely important. It's a #1 denied claim if you don't have this coverage for sewer drain and sump pump. Make sure that you do that. And that's what I already mentioned to you. Buried sewer line coverage is extremely important as well. And liability and coverage medical payments is important. We actually created Insurance Guide 101. If you would like to get a copy of it, it kind of goes over it almost like a dictionary of the items that you need to know, that you can then attach it next to your insurance policy documents in your folder or your binder. So that way you can then refer to that as you are getting reminders about renewals or reviewing your coverage. My recommendation to you, that way you don't forget, set a reminder in your calendar, in your Google Calendar every year. When you know your policy expires, depending on how yours runs, like mine runs every 6 months from June to December, and then it starts up again in January. So a reminder is for you, depending when you want to do it. If you don't want to do it during holidays, maybe in December, do it in the middle of the year when your policy renews, if it runs every 6 months or a year. So think about when it's convenient for you, but definitely set a reminder for yourself, because you want to make sure that everything is up to date. And of course, let us know. We can get you this insurance guide out to you. Next, let's talk about mortgage escrow accounts. A lot of people not sure how this works. They may not even realize, but when you have a mortgage, a lot of the times, a portion of your mortgage payment does not go towards paying off your principal and interest that you borrow. It goes towards an escrow account out of which your mortgage company pays for your homeowners policy as well as your property taxes. And once a year, at the end of the year, you are going to be getting a statement of account to show you what your account has been doing over the year. The amount of money that can be collected in there is regulated by law. You will get an annual escrow account for disclosure statement to review every year. And what they do is they analyze, do they have enough money in the year? Because if they don't, they're going to up your monthly payment starting in the new year to make sure that they have enough money. Or if they have too much money in that account, they're going to lower your monthly payment because they can only keep so much in that account. So if you all of a sudden in January, February, because I've got phone calls, we'll see that your monthly mortgage payment goes up for a reason. It's not because of the change of interest rate or something else. Most likely, it's because of the changes in your escrow balance. So you can always call your lender and get clarification. You can always review what your escrow account looks like when you log in online into your mortgage account statement. All right, let's talk about your belongings. My recommendation to you is that you take the time, schedule an appointment, an hour or two on a Saturday or Sunday, and take the time to create an inventory of your personal items. Why is that important? Because God forbid you have theft or fire, the insurance company is going to ask you to make a list of all the personal items that you've had in your home. The picture that I have here for you is not some kind of stock photo. It's an actual house that was on the street of a friend where my friend lived. So I used to go by this house all the time. And I went by this house just like this in this condition for probably a good year. Husband was smoking a cigar outside on the porch, and then they all went they went out to have dinner, and then they came back to a burned down house, unfortunately. And I know it's something that you don't want to think about, and you say, well, it's not going to happen to me, yet it's very simple for you to set the time of a couple hours and create that home inventory. We have a Google spreadsheet created here for you that you can just go and get by following on this link. And just create a video, take pictures of every room, and then start putting that information on that spreadsheet. And then you're going to be able to save it in your Google Drive or maybe Dropbox. So that way you will always be able to refer to it and you know exactly where it's going to be. It's extremely important that you do that. Getting your documents organized. We talked about this in our declutter class, important things. I have a list here for you. So if you are talking about some general things, depending on what age bracket you're in, your list is probably going to be different. But I just listed here some general things for you to kind of keep track, for you to have handy. And my suggestion to you is that important documents that are hard to replace, originals, legal documents, you want to keep in the safe, fireproof safe that you can purchase in Home Depot or Lowe's. You also want to keep scanned copies of those documents in case you lose physical copy. You still have a digital copy, which is helpful. And I also included some requirements, some basic requirements that if you were planning on buying a home, here is the list of items that you're going to need that you can start prepping ahead of time. And since we are now into the season, to prepare for your annual taxes, I actually have this in the spreadsheet, so that way it's a quick reminder that jots my memory as well, where I'm like, okay, what did I have last year that was maybe unique, or something else that I have done that I haven't done in the previous years? And I use this as a quick guide to guide myself and help myself to put all those documents into a digital file folder, so then I can just forward it to my accountant for processing. All right, next we're talking about maintaining your home and some of the most important things that you can do to ease your mind and to maintain your home in good shape. One of the most important things that you can do is cleaning out your dryer vent. You won't believe the amount of stuff that gets stuck in there, because we are doing laundry once or twice a week, right? So good time to do it actually is winter and fall, when the contractors are not as busy if you're looking to hire someone. This is actually pictures of me helping an elderly client that I have. It was easier. It was an easy job for me to get to because it was in the basement and the hose was right there. So I used my leaf blower to blow out and all of this stuff that was in there. And this was just the inside of the home. And then I had like another pile sitting on the outside of the home that I didn't take a picture of, but I just wanted you to see that you want to make sure that your pipe is nice and clean, because the number one fire hazard in the home is your dryer vent lint. So put that on your calendar. And if you are on our mailing list, we do have a home maintenance checklist that we send out to you every year, and cleaning out your dryer vent is an absolute must on there, and it's on your schedule. Some other tips for you to keep in mind. Again, I recommend you use a calendar, whether it's a Google Calendar or something else, to remind yourself to do this every so many months. Changing your HVAC filter, vacuuming the back of your refrigerator. I guarantee you, if you do that, it's going to extend the life of your refrigerator by quite a few years. Checking your smoke and CO detector batteries every 6 months. If you want to use the daylight savings time as your reminder for that, change the batteries, check your smoke detectors, check your CO detectors. It's a great way for you to be reminded of that. Putting away your water hoses and shutting off the water to those hoses in the fall as well. Knowing where your main water shut off is extremely important. If you're having water issues, you should be able to completely shut off the water coming into the house, and then be able to drain the pipes if you need to get access to your pipes. Same thing, if you have gas in your house, you need to know where your gas shutoff is. For the same reason, it is important for your safety. And as I already mentioned to you, all of these things are on our annual maintenance checklist. We can email you a PDF or mail you a card that you can put it in your office or put it on your refrigerator. It's extremely important. So please let us know if you would like a copy. Let's talk about your financial health. I am a big believer on making sure and checking your credit history on a regular basis. You can do this absolutely free of charge. All 3 credit bureaus have set up a website called Annual Credit Report, and you get one report from each agency for free once a year. My suggestion to you is spread out your requests throughout the year. And again, put this as a reminder on your calendar to get all 3 agencies' reports. That you do one in the spring, one in the summer, and then one in the fall. Knowing what's on your credit report is extremely vital to your financial health. If you ever wanted to buy a house, number one thing they check for is to make sure that you have a good credit history. If you wanted to buy a car, if you wanted to get a cell phone, if you wanted to get cable, if you wanted to get furniture on layaway, credit history is an important part of who you are right now in our shopping economy. And it's important to look at it when you look at it is to make sure that your name is listed correctly. The credit cards that you're using are listed correctly. If there's things on there that are not correct, is where you need to make sure that you get them fixed and corrected. And from what I can tell you in working with my clients, sometimes it can take months because updates to credit bureaus are done once every 30 days, which means that if you did something in the middle of the month, you now have to wait till the end of the following month to make sure the updates and the corrections and changes took effect. So how to build and maintain good credit? Make sure that you pay your bills on time, 100%. Even if you're not paying off your balance in full every month, as long as you're making payments on time, that's what matters. Pay off debt and keep your balances low. The goal is to have your credit card balances on your card under 30%. Do not close unused credit cards. This was something that was a misconception to me too, that I did not know, but after I talked to a couple of experts, that is what they recommend. And apply for and open new credit accounts only as needed. So just be careful. Don't get roped into some of these special deals. And, it's funny, I still remember when I was in college and I was just starting out on my financial journey, I still remember we had credit card companies set up tables in our student center, and they would give out free t-shirt if you apply for credit card. And everybody, all the students were like, oh, I want a free t-shirt. So they would apply for as many credit cards as they would. And I was like, well, that's not a very good idea. So I'm not sure where those people are today, but free t-shirt is not a good reason to open up a new credit card. Let's talk about savings. We are big believers on helping you save. And the goal is to make it fun. Not only is saving important, but it is also fun. We try to make it a game. And the goal is for you to have at least 6 months of rainy day fund. If God forbid something happens, your furnace breaks and you need to put a new heating system, guess what? It's between $10,000 and $15,000. If you have car repairs, it can be hundreds of dollars because labor is expensive and parts are expensive. If you have a dental emergency or you have something else, or you need to help your parents, you need to have 6 months of living expenses set aside. 6 months is really what it is. But what it's going to do is give you a peace of mind, knowing that as you're working, and things happen, and things will come up, life happens. And a lot of times, as you know, sometimes when it rains, it pours. You have a bunch of things that happen at the same time. Take the time and make this a priority. Okay. And one of the good things that I can share with you, especially right now where we are in the year, when you are getting that tax refund after you file for your taxes, don't spend it. Take that money, open up a savings account, make sure that it's interest bearing, and put that money in. And that is going to be a start of your rainy day fund. Getting that tax refund is a great way to get started on the rainy day fund. It's a great way for you to put some money aside. It's a great way to, if you have to pay some really high interest debt. And it's also a great way for you to start saving to buy a house, if that is something that you have set for your goals for this year. Another great way is we have this bingo here for you. So whenever you put in, so every week you can put in a certain amount, and it's all different, as you can see. And what you can do is you pick a number that makes sense to you this week. You put $50 into your bank account, into your savings, and you cross that off. Once you cross every single box in this square, you're going to have $10,000 put aside for the future or for the rainy day fund. Okay. Another really great hack is you are setting aside $10 each week into a jar. So just put a jar aside. You're going to put $10 each week instead of maybe buying 2 Starbucks coffees or something like that. And then by the end of November, you're going to have around $400 in that jar that you can use to buy presents or to treat someone for Christmas season. Or of course, you can always continue to save for something else that is special to you. If you would like a copy, we have this as a PDF document. We have quite a few people that are on this program right now and striving to save $10,000. If you would like us to send you this, please let us know, and we will put that in the email and send you a copy. Or if you would like a physical copy that you can just put on your fridge or in your office, let us know. We can print it out and send it to you as well. All right. A lot of you know that I'm a big proponent of making your life easier so you can just breathe easier. And these are some tips that I have for you to kind of make your life easier, as a lot of us have work and kids and everything else and hobbies, and we're all trying to fit it and kind of counterbalance it every day. So some of the tips that I have here for you that worked for me and for some of our other clients that they shared with us, instead of focusing on and doing one day of cleaning and declutter, do a little bit every day. Right? When you have a waiting time that you have from, let's say you're waiting for your coffee pot to brew, you're waiting for your pasta to cook, you're waiting for a family member to get out of the shower, maybe there's a commercial break on TV, make it as a game that you have those few minutes to try and declutter something. Right? My coffee pot takes 7 minutes to brew. Pasta cooking, depending on what you're cooking, can be between like 10 and 12 minutes. What can you accomplish in that time? I guarantee you, you may not realize, but you can actually get a lot of things done. So you can do a quick, maybe tidying in the kitchen, unload and load the dishwasher, maybe even vacuum one room. So create a game and kind of figure things out. Next up is using a notepad on your fridge. Use it for a variety of different things, but the goal is, instead of for you keeping this information in your head where it kind of just rattles back and forth and uses a lot of your energy, put it on a piece of paper, write it on a notepad, put it in a notebook. This way it is right there. You're not going to forget it, and it's going to help your brain realize that you're moving forward, creating progress, and helping yourself not to forget things. Next, planning for unexpected. This was a huge saver for me when my daughters were a little bit younger, where they would say, oh yeah, Mom, this Saturday I have a birthday party to go to. And here we are, it's Thursday, and you don't have time to go and buy something, and you start to scramble and you react, and it just becomes extremely anxious, and you're just frustrated, right? Because you don't have the time to get this done. So my suggestion to you is I purchase cards in bulk, and they're just plain. There's no writing on it, which means that I can use a card for a variety of different occasions. I can send somebody happy birthday, graduation, thank you note, congratulations, or condolences, all on one pretty basic card. I do buy gift bags and tissue paper. Like I buy the white tissue paper during Christmas time in bulk, so that way I have it for gifts. And then I put all my bags and all of this stuff in the big clear tote bin, and I have it sitting in my closet. So that way, whenever I need something, I can quickly come out, grab stuff, and then I'll be ready to go. Making your life easier, just to continue. I've tried this service recently and I kind of like it. The Postal Service is finally coming into the 21st century with a lot of their digital products. So I encourage you to visit USPS.com to see what they have to offer. A couple of helpful services that I have found is, number one, you can schedule a home pickup of your packages. So that way you don't have to drive and drop them off. You'll have a postman will come to your door and take all your packages. You can sign up for informed delivery by USPS. You can actually digitally preview your mail and manage your packages scheduled to arrive in your to your door. I get an email every morning that will have scanned documents, scanned copies of the envelopes that are coming. So if I know I have something that is important that is coming, I can kind of keep an eye on it. So I found this helpful. Or what you can also do is schedule a vacation stop for your mail. Like if you're going away and you don't want any mail to be delivered, you can actually schedule it to stop on a certain day. And then you can ask for the post office to deliver everything in one bag and dropped off to you on whatever the date of your choosing. I found that very helpful. All right, let's talk about systems for getting your house cleaned. I did a lot of research during COVID time on, instead of buying a bunch of different products that can be just done, you have Windex for windows, and then you have this for toilet cleaner and that for something else. I said to myself, can I find a product that is great for a lot of different things? And this is what I want to share with you, are some of the best products that I have found that I own, that were tested, and I found them inexpensive, easy to use. You can find them everywhere, and they do a great job. Bissell Zinc Canister is my vacuum cleaner that I do have. This is exactly what I own. It is easy to carry. It's super easy to clean and empty, and I love it. so I can use it in any parts of my house. Cedar spin mop for mopping my floors. Barkeeper's Friend is friendly, and it's a cleanser that can be used on many, many different surfaces in different rooms. Weiman is the best stainless steel product that I have found that you can use as a cleaner or polish. They have wipes, they have these spray items. So that's my preference. Dawn dishwashing liquid I found great to use for actually dishwashing, but also for removing stains. So I have another bottle that I use, and that sits in my laundry, that I was able to actually get some really bad stains that were older out that I couldn't use with my regular like Oxy stain remover. So, and then we also like Brillo and any oven cleaner to make things sparkle again. We love the actual Brillo pads to scrub things that are sometimes tough to remove. Let's talk about some systems to make your life easier when you're on the road. As you can imagine, in my career, I'm showing houses. I'm out with clients all the time, which means that I had to set up systems to be able to still have healthy snacks and things to help myself when I'm on the road. So I have created kind of two lists for you. One is the tools in your car for humans, for people in your life, and then also to make sure that you maintain your car, which for a lot of us is the second biggest investment that we make. So think about things like paper towels, neutral snacks for adults and kids. I always have a case of water because I want to make sure that I don't get dehydrated. Clorox wipes, Windex, trash bags, hand sanitizer, and then in the wintertime, I also keep some hats and gloves and some blankets just in case. Ziploc bags and shopping bags are always helpful depending on where you live. If you don't have any grocery bags in your store, having some shopping bags that are reusable is very helpful. It just makes your life easier. And for the car, to make sure you have jumper cables, air pressure gauge, first aid kit, flashlight, WD-40, you can use for a lot of different things, basic toolkit, and of course your registration, insurance card, and car manual. So when you put those things in the car, you never have to think about, oh my God, I forgot, I need to bring it and put it in my purse. They're already there, and they basically just leave them in the car, let them live there, so you don't ever have to forget them. Some other tips and tricks that I want to share with you, especially about home safety. I have some suggestions here for you. Don't post a picture of your key on social media. Don't share when you're away on vacation on social media. This is something that I follow most of the time. Like if we are away, I take a ton of pictures, yet I don't post them until I come back because I don't want people to know that our house is probably vacant. Replacing generic screws that come with your door plate with 4-inch screws can make your door seem more secure. We actually watched a couple of videos on that and found it very interesting. So think of that as an option. Shut your blinds at night, change your locks when you move into a new place. That's an absolute must. Always lock your windows, doors, and have some automatic porch light and security cameras like a Ring doorbell. Then you can have like a floodlight above your garage and your driveway, and then another floodlight that will illuminate your backyard or maybe where your shed is. So that's kind of what we have. It'll give you a peace of mind knowing that the lights will come on automatically. You'll be able to see them as an app on your phone. That way you know that everything is safe and secure. So that is what I have to share with you today. I know I gave you a lot of information and kind of a lot of food for thought. So my hope is that you are going to take some of this information and be able to apply it to your own home, depending on what you're looking for. So please join us, because this is just one of few workshops that we share and we host every month. We do between 4 and 6 different workshops. Our upcoming workshop schedule is always updated and it's live with Olga. And the video for this workshop will be uploaded to our At Home with Olga YouTube channel. So please check out both YouTube channels that we have. There's lots of recordings and lots of information, daily information about living and working and real estate and everything else that you can possibly think of that I think you will find helpful. And don't forget to subscribe as well, so that way you don't miss any of the recordings and videos. And we're happy to help you with some of these documents that I already mentioned to you in this workshop. And of course, we're always happy to connect with you. Most of the time, I am hanging out on Facebook, so you're welcome to look me up. And if you have anything that you want to discuss in private, or you want to have a free consultation, you can always find me on my email as well as on my cell phone. So you can always reach out to us by phone call, text message, or email. So that is what I have to share with you today. Let me check when a lot of you registered. You had some questions. So let me see what I have. All right. So we talked a little bit about maintaining your home as well as your home repairs. Beatrice, I have your request for the bingo. Let me see if I have your email. Got your email. Perfect. Thank you.
So am I.
Where'd that bridge come from?
I don't know.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
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 Get rid of that background.
I have a question.
Oh, well, anyway, yeah. Question on the home value, as I understand it, by insurance, it covers the dwelling, not the land underneath it. Is that right?
Yes, they insure the building, the shed and whatever's on the land.
So when I look at my insurance policy, they give me a number. And how do I know how much the land is worth? How do I know if that's enough to cover the house or the bill, the dwellings?
Well, what
Land
they do is they go by there's two values. They look at the current market value of your home. And also they look at if they were to rebuild your home exactly the way it is you have it now with your finishes, how much it would cost to rebuild it now.
But
Today.
how do I know? Yeah. How do I know if that's enough?
I know that for the rebuilding cost, there's a formula that they use and where they take the market value, like it's their own formula. Like we don't play around with that formula. However, what they do want to know that I am good at and I can help you figure out is the current market value of your home. And they will ask you that. So that is something we can provide to them. The actual rebuilding cost is something that they use themselves based on like actuarial calculations and today's values of many things, labor costs and material
No,
costs.
I'm just thinking about the market. I see. So could be a difference in the market value and the replacement value.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah,
so what do I insure for? Market value?
so
Or
when you talk to your insurance carrier, and they all know technically their job is to reach out to you once a year and say, hey, have you done any updates and upgrades in your home? Because it makes a difference, right? Because if they had to replace something, replacing your older Formica versus your granite countertops is going to be different cost. And they will ask you if that's why I always tell people, if you're doing major renovations to the home, you need to call your insurance carrier and you let them know that you've done that, because a lot of the times your policy may go down because you have updated and did the upgrades to your home. But I would call your insurance carrier and say, hey, just so you know, the value of my home has gone up and here's where I think it is. The range is this and that. And they will use that number to make sure that I did that with both of my homes to make sure that it was insured properly. And they'll ask you some questions in order to determine that formula that they use for the cost of replacement as well as the market value.
Okay. All right.
All right, thanks.
Of course.
One more. How often do you clean your dryer vent? Not the dryer vent. Well, the dryer vent and the fridge vent.
Let's see. Let me look at the check.
The fridge.
Barb, you guys should have this, right?
Can't see it.
Yeah, that's the maintenance checklist. It's a postcard that I send out.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
I don't know. Might.
I'll get another copy out to you, but
Okay.
this is what I was mentioning. So let me see. So I have the dryer lint trap, which is, that thing in the dryer that I have it for every month.
I do that every wash.
Exactly. But what we're talking about is the actual tunnel that goes from your dryer outside.
Right.
And that one is, so vacuum the back of a refrigerator is once a year in October.
Okay.
But it also depends on we pull it out probably twice a year to check it. But that definitely improves the workings of all the refrigerant and stuff.
Yeah,
And
we have 2 cats, so that should probably be more frequently.
it's possible, yeah, especially if you have cats and dogs.
Yeah.
I know that in a lot of communities that have like townhouses that have HOAs, it's actually a requirement to clean the dryer vent at least once a year. And they have to provide a copy of the receipt from the company that did it because it's
Okay.
such a safety hazard. So I would say at least once a year. I would probably do it twice a year. And the way I do it is I work with my own leaf blower.
That was a very good idea.
And it's fun too. It's fun. But it also depends on how long your dryer vent path is. Like if it's really wrong, you can buy a kit with a brush and you just put on these these.
Stenders.
Yeah, they're like little like spindles, and then you just attach them and you just keep putting them on until you go all the way through to push out with the brush all of that stuff. So you might need a couple of different tools, but I like the leaf blower because I watched the YouTube video and somebody else suggested that and worked really well.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. I'll get you another copy of this.
All right. Yeah, there's probably one around here, but
Okay. Yep, I'll put it in the mail for you, no problem. All right, anybody else has any other questions? I know I gave you a lot of food for thought, but I think that it's not overwhelming if you put it on your calendar and you spread it throughout the year, right? And then you print out things that you need to do for that month, and then you just get them done. You have it on your calendar. It's important. All right, let's see. And Jess also said that I schedule package pickups at the time, which is so convenient. You know, if you're selling clothing or items on eBay or Poshmark, you can just print out the shipping label on the package, and then free supplies that are offered through the post office, and the mailman can pick it up the next day. Yep, absolutely. I found that very convenient as well. All right, anybody else has anything else they want to add? Hopefully you found this information helpful. We are going to send you a copy of the workbook. If you would like any kind of documents as well, we can get them out to you as well. Barb and Don, do you guys need any of the fun stuff? Like the savings map or anything else? Okay, you're on mute.
annual house maintenance. And what was the other one? There's 2 of them.
Let me see what the papers
Oh, an
had.
insurance guide.
Yeah,
Insurance guide. Yep, I can do. I'll just put that in the mail to you along with the
You can
maintenance.
send us an email.
Okay.
That'd be fine.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the one.
Which one? The insurance guide?
Yeah, she needs to do a home inventory of her jewelry.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll send you the spreadsheet too for the home inventory.
Okay, good.
Got it.
Thank you very much.
All right, everybody. We're going to wrap it up. We hope that you enjoyed this workshop, and great to see all of you again. Have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, and then we'll see you soon again.
Okay,
Thank you.
Bye.
bye-bye.